Happy New Year, guys. I hope you're staying happy and healthy with your friends and family. 2021 actually saw us visiting Pakistan 2 times, once at the beginning of the year and once at the end of the year. The first trip we took, we went mostly to the cities and cultural sites of Pakistan, from Peshawar to Lahore to the bustling city of Karachi. The street food was absolutely incredible. And the end of the year, we headed straight to the mountains, the north of Pakistan. It is arguably one of the most beautiful places in the entire world. The north of Pakistan is just breathtakingly beautiful, and the food is just as good. So we wanted to make a video for you showing you the 21 best foods of 2021 that we tried in Pakistan in no particular order. I hope you enjoy the video. Our first stop on Burns Road tonight is at Wahid's, and this place has been around since 1961. They're super famous for their kebab fry. The way that they make it is really unique too. They've got this minced meat that they put on the skewer, and then they use a little bit of twine to kind of spindle it up and hold it together. So here's the final result, the kebabs. These are beef, and you can see that they're served with the string on. And I've been told that, yeah, you just pull the string like this and then use my fingers to kind of pull it all off, and you can watch it just fall apart. Oh, the string broke. Yeah, you can see it's just completely falling apart. And that's the unique part about this dish. Oh man, it's so soft in my hands. There we go. String off. Oh, they put a lot of string in there. Look at how soft that is. It is literally like Play-Doh. Yum. Man. So creamy, super smoky. They've definitely put quite a few spices in there as well. Just kind of using the minced meat and flattening it directly on the frying pan before flopping it into the oil, and then they're fried little patties. And they're serving 400 to 500 kgs of this Chapli Kebab every day. These are the Chapli Kebabs, and honestly, it's about 3 times larger than I was expecting it to be. There is tons of spices. You can even see that most of the spices haven't even been ground up. There's just tons of things in there. And then you even put a little bit of extra gram masala. And they've given us this too, which is like a cross between an orange and a lemon. And I'm gonna squeeze that on because I think this is gonna be a little bit oily. You are supposed to eat it with a naan, but I'm gonna try it as is. Oh, it's not as crispy as I thought. It's more still like a patty. Look at that. Oh man, that is smoking hot. Oh man, yum. Wow, let me tell you, that is way better tasting than it looks. Kind of just looks like a black burnt hamburger patty almost, but it's so juicy on the inside. There's a couple vegetables in there. There might even be some tomatoes, but it's just so packed full of flavor. And it's not as oily feeling on the inside because it's been sealed on the outside. It's so crispy, burnt-like texture on the outside, and then contrasted with a very, very soft, minced, juicy inside. That is full of flavor. Biryani is served. The way that they make this is they start with a korma, which is kind of like a curry sauce, and then they throw the cooked rice on top, and you can see that some of the rice that was at the bottom has been colored with that korma, all those masalas, all those spices. And here in Karachi, they like to eat chicken biryani. That's the most famous, but we actually got the beef kind. We've already had a chicken biryani on our trip. Oh man, it feels really, really soft, of course. And look at the beautiful colors in that rice. Wow, we got a hanging piece of beef here. It's actually not as oily as some other biryanis that I've tried. The rice is very fluffy and light feeling, and then the beef was extremely tender, of course, and there's lots of chunks of fat in that beef, and it's just full of flavor. They're cooking that sauce with the meat before they put the cooked rice, so that meat is just full of flavor. But what I really like is how light and fluffy this rice is. You get some of the little colorful pieces full of flavor. It's a really hearty thing to have, and the portion sizes are always massive here in Pakistan. Yum. That is just so good. So this chai place is doing things really interesting. What they do is they have a tandoor oven with these clay cups inside of the oven. Some of them are heated just a little bit, and then some are actually completely red hot. So he grabs one of those red hot chai cups out of there and then puts it in the pot with the tea and lets it kind of boil away. And I guess that's adding a flavor. I'm not really sure. We'll find out once we taste it. But he boils it in this cup and it overflows back into the pot, and then he serves it into the cups that are just warmed up a little bit. They're all clay cups. I'm really excited to try it out and see if it tastes any different.
Our last stop of the night is for some midnight chai at Tandoori Junction. You can get a couple different kinds here, but one that I've never had before is the kind that I've ordered. It's cinnamon, and you have ginger?
I have ginger too.
Ginger's a really nice one to have as well. It's really soothing. Let's give it a try. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice.
That's lovely. I think that the cinnamon creates more of an aroma than an actual flavor, but the chai itself is really good.
For dinner, we have come to have fish fry at the famous Bashir Daru Mahi. This is the oldest fish fry restaurant here in Lahore. They're using a river fish and covering it in a gram flour and then cooking it away in these massive cauldrons of bubbling hot oil. And those are some huge pieces of fish. Very famous dish here in Lahore. So we're gonna order some up and try it out.
It is time to try the fish fry. It looks absolutely incredible. Let's just go straight in. There's a little bit of bones in there, so you have to be a little careful. Pull it up. Oh, whoa. Look at that chunk. It is just steaming hot. That is so crispy on the outside, and the meat is just very tender. There's actually a spice that's now building in my mouth. It's very flavorful, but no fishy flavor, just very fresh. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of apricot chutney. Look at that, wow. Grab a piece of fish on this massive chunk of fish. All right, let's give that a try. Wow, that apricot chutney is so fruity. That's like the perfect sweet and sour sauce, and blended with that fish, it's a great balance. That's so good.
So this is a really simple dish. It's just that special type of flour that has a unique flavor and water, and then he makes it into a really thick dough, and he doesn't flatten it out, and then he's just put it onto the pan and just frying it slowly on a low heat. So this is the Dirum Fitti, the unique type of flour mixed with water and then pan fried on both sides, and it is swimming, and I mean swimming, in walnut oil, which is super unique. I did not expect them to serve it to us like that, and whoa, it's crispy. So I'm gonna grab a little bit like this and transfer it in my bowl here, and I'll grab a little bit extra of that oil. Look at all that oil, oh my gosh. And I think we can eat this with the jam, but I'm gonna try it first by itself. I've never seen anything quite like this before. Let's try it. I have no idea what this is gonna taste like right now. Whoa. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. He added no sugar to that, just that special type of flour, and you can taste the sweetness. It's like super crispy on the outside, and then super, super soft, almost like undercooked tasting on the inside. And you get that nice walnut, nutty aroma from the oil. That is such a unique dish. I can't believe there's no sugar added in that. It tastes so sweet. Wow, that's phenomenal. Our first stop of the night tonight in Multan is for chops. So they're serving goat chops here, and they actually half fry them, almost deep frying them, using a wood fire right on the side of the street. And then he transfers them to the grill after they've been about half cooked, and charcoal barbecue, of course. And he's also got chicken, but I think we're gonna try the goat. And this is a really, really cool setup here. Oh man, wow. That has been marinating for a really long time. You can taste that the flavors that they've marinated in have really infused into it. Super, super smoky, of course, and very tender and juicy. And you get a little bit of a crispy layer on the outside. Let me try with a little splash of this chutney here, this mango chutney, which seems really interesting with the chop. That is a serious street side chop.
We are at a little spot called Peshawari, and this place is super clean, very hygienic, and we are here to have the famous fire paan. So what it is it's a betel leaf that is filled up with tons of different ingredients, some that I don't even know what they are. And then at the very end, he lights it on fire and shoves it into your mouth. And this is meant as a breath freshener. So let's watch him put it together. This is gonna be very exciting.
Whoa. To say that that is a mouthful is an understatement. It takes about 3 minutes to chew it all after. And the fire, I think, is a little bit more for show, but I guess it does add a little bit of smokiness.
It does, and it's very, very strong. It's really breath fresh. And
very minty, and it gets all in your teeth.
Yeah, tastes really good too.
So this little street food stall is called Bengali Samosa. They're serving samosas, and he just poured a huge bucket full of them in. So they make a couple different ones with different fillings. The first one he's making right now is just filled with vegetables, and he's just letting those fry up golden, crispy, and I think this is like the quintessential street food samosa. So I'm pretty excited to try it out. So here's the final product. These are the vegetable filled ones, and then he served it with a special Bengali style chutney, and these things are perfectly crisp. I can tell without even biting into them, and we're just standing right on the side of the street. They just came out of the hot oil, and I know that I'm gonna burn myself, but I don't care because it's gonna be delicious. Oh. Wow. Check out that filling. Mmm. Oh, I love that chutney. It's a little bit sour. It's definitely got a little kick. And wow, that is a seriously crispy shell on that samosa. And it looks like lentils in there. Maybe even some cabbage, I'm not sure. Let's bite in again. Wow, that is hot. Damn, that is so good. I love how crispy it is, and the chutney is so flavorful. Oh, that's a perfect little snack. You could eat like 100 of these. For our second dinner tonight, we have come to Bun Karahi. They're serving karahi, which is actually the kind of wok that they're cooking the dish in. You can get mutton or chicken, and they have the live chickens here even. And then you can see behind me, they have the mutton fresh, cooking with a ton of butter, of course, tons of spices, and it is just insanity here. And they serve it in the actual karahi, the dish that's cooked in. Our karahi has arrived. We ordered up the mutton, and just check out the size of this thing. It looks incredible. So we've got a lot going on here. It's really beautifully presented too. So tons of pieces of mutton. We've got some sliced lemon, tons of ginger, some parsley on top. There's even some little chilies in there, and it smells absolutely incredible. Let's dig in. Gonna go in with the big spoon here, make sure I get lots of the toppings, the ginger and everything too. And of course, like everything here, we're gonna eat it with some bread. The atmosphere here is absolutely insane. Sitting right on the side of the street, they're cooking different street food behind me. Let me go in for a bite, grab a piece of the mutton karahi. Oh, that feels so tender. Oh man, I'm excited. That just melts in your mouth. The mutton completely disintegrated as soon as I put it in my mouth. The way that it's cooked here just really tenderizes it. You get a little bit of the ginger kind of spice going on, and then there's so much going on in there. I can taste the fresh vegetables they use to make the base. Oh man. We've come to Nursery Super Burger to try the Karachi famous Bun Kebab. This is a street food that is a lentil egg patty that they serve with a lot of different condiments between two buns. They also have a couple other different types of burgers here served right on the side of the street on this big griddle here. And this is probably the most quintessential street food of Karachi, so I'm looking forward to trying it out. Check this beauty out. This is the famous Karachi Bun Kebab. So we've got that lentil patty on the inside. There's a fried egg on top of that. There's some onions, there's a cucumber, some fresh lettuce, and they put a little bit of a chutney on there as well. And this bun feels super crispy, frying it all up in ghee, of course. Look at that. It looks just like a veggie burger with egg. Let's give it a try. Wow. Oh yeah. Of course, this is much, much more than your average burger. There's so many flavors going on in there. In that lentil patty, they've packed in tons of masalas. There's so much flavor going on in there. But I really love how crispy that bun is on the outside. And honestly, we've been here for 9 days. This is the first stop we've had with fresh vegetables, with fresh lettuce and cucumbers and everything. Let's give it another bite. It's almost like a sloppy Joe because that patty is so creamy on the inside. It just falls apart. I love it with the egg too, really hearty. Yum.
Same size.
Yeah, same size. So we've got two pretty good sized trout. They came right out of the fish farm, but you can also see beside the fish farm there's a stream, like a natural stream, and there's tons of trout living there. So they are indigenous to this area. We're gonna take them back to the restaurant now and cook them up.
We got
There's
them
our
here.
catch. Nice. So for the karahi, he started with a base of ginger garlic paste, and then he added those organic tomatoes to it, and then just a little bit of water, and then they cooked that down, reduced it until it's a thick gravy, and then he started adding in all of the spices, starting with some salt, quite a lot of black pepper, coriander seeds, a karahi masala, and a fish masala, and then he added the fish, which was shredded. The bones were removed, and he even sliced thinly the fish skin to add into that karahi.
So it's time for the fish karahi, and wow, check out everything on top. Some mint, ginger, green chili, and let's just go right in. Get a big scoop of everything, even the green chili. Wow, this looks amazing. All right, let's go in for a bite. Wow, that's insane. The fish is almost not even there. It just disintegrates in your mouth. And there's so much tartness from that tomato, and the main spice is coming from all that black pepper. It's more of like a black peppery spice. And what I really want to try is to get a bite of this fish skin. If you can see right here, it's all fish skin. So I want to try that out. It's not even there.
Before we hit the road to the village, there is a special type of tea called Kashmiri Chai that we want to try at this famous little shop right here. Kashmiri Chai is a very famous Pakistani winter drink, and it's characteristic by its pink color, which they originally achieved by boiling down green tea leaves for hours and hours and hours until it actually starts to turn a little bit red. So he's using milk and green tea, and then he actually mixes in a little bit of cardamom powder and then sugar. And the interesting thing here is that he's using salt too. So it's sweet and salty. And I love this shop. It's a 40-year-old shop, and he's got all hand-painted signs and menu. We're gonna get one of the very first cups of Kashmiri Chai of the day. Kashmiri Chai has been served. You can see that deep pink color, and the way that he serves it is he takes a little bit of the froth from the milk, puts it on top almost like a cappuccino, and then sprinkles a little bit of crushed almonds and pistachios on top of that. And as I mentioned, there's salt and sugar inside of this. Let's give it a try. Oh my. That is heaven in a cup. That is the perfect drink. It's balanced with the sweetness and the saltiness. I know it might sound weird that there's salt in it, but it really, really works well, and it's what makes this drink really good. And then you get frothy, crunchy from the almonds. That is like my favorite drink I think I've ever had. Oh man, I gotta learn to make this at home. Look at what we just stumbled upon, this massive pile of pulao. So this is chana meva pulao, which is these chickpeas. There's tons of dried fruit in there, massive chunks of beef, and then of course all the rice, and it's served right on the side of the street. We're gonna order this up for breakfast. Wow, this is huge.
8 plate, 2 plates.
Look at the chunk of bone marrow here. It is absolutely huge. So we have dried nuts, dried fruits, meat, beef, and lots of pulao. So let me put it down on this tiny little stool so I can try to grab a good bite with a little bit of everything. I've got some meat in there, some of the dried fruit and chickpeas. Let's give it a try. Wow. Yeah. Oh man. That is so good. For our last stop today, we are at Arif Shatkara. This is another insane restaurant. They are famous for their chicken tikka tawa. The tawa is the big hot plate that they're cooking it on, and the chicken tikka is what they're serving. So it's chicken that's fried, and he's marinated it in a secret marinade, which looks like it contains some yogurt and a lot of spices. And the amount of green chilies that he put on this thing is unmatched anywhere in the world. I've never seen so many green chilies go on one frying pan at one time. On top of that, he puts a little bit of, it looks like a little lemon. But let me tell you, the amount of green chilies on there is scaring the hell out of me right now.
Try to only get one of those green chilies if I can. There we go. Let's try that. Wow. It's not nearly, even with the green chili, as spicy as I was expecting. And the flavor is subtle. You can definitely taste that lemon that I put on top. You can really feel that that's the preparation method. Cooking on the tawa really retains all the juices in that breast meat. It is super succulent meat, and it's definitely starting to build, but it's not as spicy as I had expected.
Chapshuro. Inside coriander, mint, onion, green chili, saffron, and garlic, or mint, and the cooking walnut and apricot oil.
Wow. So what is the meat?
Meat, local chicken inside.
Chicken. Okay.
Chicken, yeah. Sometime I making in the yak meat, sometime mutton, or sometime local chicken. आपके लिए क्योंकि हाँ बेटा मैं ज़ाया नहीं कराती हूँ making much food. I said no because it's not enough. I making everything fresh. When not enough, I making again for you. When less, not good. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the chapshuro, and you can see this nice kind of woven design on the outside, and this one's stuffed with local chicken, all kinds of spices, mint in there, and she served us some of this paneer on the side, so you can kind of go for a little dip. Let's try it out. This is going to be great. That is bursting with flavor. The chicken is really good, and you can taste quite a bit of cumin in there with some fresh mint, and it's a thicker
dough on the outside than the chapati, for sure. Whew, it's got a little bit of a spice to it, but she said it's got green chilies in it and not red chilies because the green chilies are good for you, red chilies are not so good for you apparently. So she's really thinking of your health and caring for you, which is amazing. Just down the street from Burns Road, we've come to Kesar Restaurant, and they're famous for their goat leg. And check this out. This is the marinated and steamed goat leg. So it's been steaming for about 4 hours with tons of spices, and then they're gonna take this and put it on the grill. So it's kind of like twice cooked. And that thing is huge. Just check out the size of that. So he's flipping and grilling the goat leg, and he's actually rubbing it with ghee and getting it super smoky. It's starting to smell really, really good. And I just can't get over the size of the thing. It's huge. Our goat leg has arrived. Check this thing out. It is beyond big. You can see the bone right here, and compared to my, I think it's way bigger than my face. And it looks incredible. There's a little bit of lemon here on the side. We're sitting right street side. I'll put a little sprinkle of that. And we've got this Gantari naan here. I'll grab some of that. Oh man, this is super, super hot. And the owner has told me that this part right back here is the most tender. Wow, look at that. It just completely falls off. Let's try that. Wow, that's so ridiculously tender. I feel like I keep saying that here in Pakistan, but it's just so true. It's like everything I eat keeps getting more tender and tender. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is a meat-loving country. And I mean, it doesn't get more beautiful than an entire leg of goat back here. This little piece is so ridiculously tender and oily with the naan. It works so well. Oh man. Yeah, okay. Time to eat this. So the same brand, the Butt brand, has a Butt Sweet, so a dessert shop, and they've got a couple different types of halwa, carrot and pumpkin. We ended up going with all three different kinds that they have. They have pumpkin halwa, and this is a carrot halwa, and there's actually boiled eggs in this one, and then lentil halwa. I really am interested in trying this pumpkin one out first. Semolina mixed with lots of sugar, lots of desi ghee. Yeah, that is just super, super sweet, super hot, served nice and fresh. Let's try the carrot one out next. It almost looks like Chinese tomatoes with eggs, but it's not. It's carrots. Same taste, a little bit different texture. I can feel some crunchy bits of maybe sugar or halwa in there. And then last but not least, the dal, the lentil version. Oh wow, that one's completely different. That one's almost just like eating brown sugar. It's very crunchy actually. I gotta give it up for the pumpkin. Pumpkin is so good. It's got a nice fresh flavor. Yeah, that's amazing. We've made it to Gujranwala, and we came straight to our first restaurant before even checking into the hotel. This place is a tikka shop, and that is basically just grilled meat on skewers, and they have probably the longest grill I've ever seen. So you can order up all kinds of different types of tikka, and it smells incredible. This place looks like it's gonna be good. Okay, these guys definitely know what they're doing. They're barbecue masters because every piece of meat is just super, super tender. They're definitely rubbing it in ghee because it's quite oily on the outside. And there's quite a bit of meat on the bone here. Let me finish that off and then I'll go for the marrow. God, it's so good too. Yum. There is plenty of marrow inside the bone here. However, getting it out is another story. I think I'm gonna try the straw method. That's not gonna come. Okay, I've been advised I should try from the other side, so let me try it again here. Oh yeah, I got it. Completely melts in your mouth. That is so good, actually. It's like pure fat and oil. Sabrina's laughing at me behind the camera. That is really good though.
Mr. Charsi Narman. Amara.
They got you working for free.
Amara neve cook. Mr. Charsi Unar. Amara neve cook.
Canada.
Canada.
Then start Charsi Tikka Canada cooker.
Yeah, A1.
The wait is over, the Charsi Tikka has arrived. This is a beautiful looking lamb chop grilled over charcoal, and I don't know if they've been smoking some hash today, but that took about an hour to bring to our table, but that's okay because I think this is gonna be worth the wait. Let's try it. Oh man. Yum. So they're not using anything except for salt here, so it's really depending on that lamb being high quality. They're butchering it on site, so you know it's gonna be super fresh, and it's got the fat that's kind of melting in your mouth, and then you get that nice lean lamb as well. Look at how much meat is on that chop there, and I've got a little bit of fat down on this area. Let me go for another bite. Oh man, that fat is so good down there. Yum. This is just simply delicious. It is grilled to perfection. I've got a different piece here, and you can see there's quite a bit of fat right there, but honestly the fat is the best part, just completely melts in your mouth. They put quite a lot of salt on it, but there's no other spices, so it's not overpowering. You get those little crispy knobs. Oh man.
Crispy knobs.
Ordered, of course, their burger, which is a minced yak meat. He puts cheese on top of it and then it's served on a toasted bun. The beauty of a burger, check that out. Oh man, my mouth is watering. There's onions, I see, some sauce, that cheese is melted, and that's quite a thick cut burger. Let's try it out. Yak burger with incredible views. Oh man, yum. Look how juicy that is. It's a thick burger, super juicy on the inside. You definitely get a little bit of a hint of some yak, which I don't really know how to explain. And then you get nice fresh crunch from the onions in there, and then nice cheese. Wow, that's good. And the sauce is like a tangy mayo. So again, guys, I hope you had a happy new year, and after visiting Pakistan twice this year, I can say without a doubt it's one of my favorite travel destinations in the entire world. The culture is some of the most interesting, the people are some of the friendliest, and the food is some of the most delicious, and the scenery and nature is some of the most breathtakingly beautiful in the entire world. I can't wait to go back, but that's gonna be it for our Pakistan videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Pakistan series. If you do, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified, and give this video a thumbs up. And I hope you guys all have a great 2022. See you in the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.